Welcome to the objective review of Castlevania Season 2 from Netflix. In objective review, I like to break a movie or television show down into 6 categories and assign weights to them depending on genre. So let's get started with story. In sci-fi fantasy series, I assign 35% weight to story, and this story picks up right where Season 1 left off. Dracula is trying to have this all-out war against the humans. He wants to annihilate and kill them all. Like he just really kind of no emotion about it. He just wanted to kill them all for what they did. They don't deserve to live. Then you have the other side, our 3 protagonists, who pretty much just wants to go and stop Dracula. And that consists of Alucard, which is Dracula's son, who is half human, half vampire. A person from the Trevor Belmont, from the Belmont family, who has a long history of killing vampires and other demonic creatures. And the Seeker, who's a magician, sort of, she has magic, and they want to stop him. And this season really follows 2 very linear stories. There's one side with Dracula. He has his generals, and they all have these disagreements and everything, and Dracula just really doesn't care. He just like, go kill him. So then he has these 2 human generals who kind of leads them, and they're just a lot of infighting, and really that's all that involves. You have a lot of scheming, a lot of people playing the Game of Thrones. There's this one lady who is a independent, strong woman who doesn't need no man, and she wants to kind of rule things herself. So you have that side of the story. Then you have the other side of the story of our 3 protagonists, as I mentioned before, and really their story is just really simple. It's just, let's go to this place to go figure out how we're going to beat Dracula, then let's go beat Dracula. That's really it for them. But the thing I do really love about the story is that you don't know who to root for. And that's kind of been the theme with a lot of shows recently. It's just that there's so much ambiguity, there's so much gray. And I really enjoy that. I mean, Dracula, you do not agree with him at all. But hey, it's a revenge story. And to him, he's doing what's right. I mean, they killed his wife for no reason. And you understand where he's coming from. You do not agree with it at all, but you understand where he's coming from. And then you have the other side who wants to go stop him. And I feel like the reason why it's so kind of ambiguous on who you're rooting for, because they don't paint humanity in a good picture. Like there's no one human-wise you're like, yeah, that's why we should be living. Like there's no rebuttal to Dracula's war. And good or bad, that does create a sense of ambiguity and a sense of you don't know exactly who to root for. The thing I did really enjoy about this season story-wise, it felt like a good ending of a 2-part story. I mean, the character growth between Dracula and Alucard and Trevor, I thought were all done really, really well. Really enjoyed that aspect of it. So for story, I give it an 8 out of 10. Could have gotten a little more, but it really is just so linear and there's not that many twists and turns. So on to emotion, where I assigned 15% weight. And there wasn't that much emotion in this series until the end. I felt a lot of emotion with Dracula. He has this really good moment where he is just kind of thinking about all he's done with his wife and the legacy that they leave behind. Really enjoyed a nice moment with Alucard. You see how he's dealing with that he loves his father, but he knows he has to go and kill his father. And just that dichotomy of it is done really well. Love those 2 characters. So that's really all the emotion I think is tied in with those 2. So for emotion, emotion, I really got a sense of the 2 human characters and why they decided to join Dracula. They also provide some emotion, I think, in their backstories. So I give emotion an 8 out of 10. There was nothing ever like tear jerky or just got me too emotional, but I just really empathized with the characters. So on to action, where I assigned 15% weight. And the action looked good in this. I feel like it wasn't really that action-packed till the end. But when it was great. I mean, I love seeing Alucard fight. He was cool. Love seeing Belmont with the chain. That was done really well. And the speaker, I mean, her magic was done well also. And there's all blood and gore in here. It really reminded me of Spawn, the HBO show. But the action was good. And the only thing about it that I wish was better was that there wasn't that much in the beginning, because really there wasn't that much conflict in the beginning. Like a lot of times I'm waiting for Dracula to just get pissed off and do something amazing, but he never really does. But so for action, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. On to comedy, where I assign a 5% weight. And the comedy in the show is good. It knows when to put in comedic moments. It's very solid. I love the comedy between Trevor Belmont and Alucard. There's kind of this rivalry between the two, and they kind of joke about each other all the time, and it's good jokes. Like I have solid chuckles all throughout. They use comedy very sparingly, but I think very well done. But I can only give it a 7.5 because it's not loud out loud. And also I'm not expecting that from a fantasy show. So I give that, 7.5. Next is on to acting, where I assign 10% weight. And the voice acting in this is solid. The actors they got are great. I feel like they really matched. I feel like their performances really matched the characters. Like I can kind of only hear them. It was done very well. Love the voice acting of Dracula. Like I said before, he had a really good moment. I thought he really shined through. We thought about his wife and his family and his son, and just what this war has kind of brought. So kudos to that guy. Acting was done very solidly. So I give acting an 8 out of 10. On to directing. In directing, I assign 20% weight, and this is where the show really shines. Literally, the animation is beautiful. It is detailed. It is fluid. It is nuanced. It looks amazing. It's kind of, like I said before, it's like Spawn from HBO, but just done in much better way. I think it's, they have dark areas, but still so clear cut, which I really love. But yeah, the animation was top notch in this. And the music, I really, really enjoyed the music. Like it really reminded me of some Legend of Zelda type of music. It was done really well. So for directing, I get an 8.5 out of 10. The only drawback I think is that the pacing was a little slow to begin with, but 8.5 out of 10 is great. Like I said, animation, beautiful. So that gives us to our weighted average score of 8 out of 10. So let me know your scores. You can continue to get more objective reviews from me. And all right, I'm out.